A college spring break trip to the Dominican Republic gone wrong sparks an international manhunt.
And USC spring breakers travel in style with package deals for college students.
We are here live at LAX to tell you about safety and health precautions to keep in mind when traveling this spring break season.
The University of Pittsburgh student is missing tonight after disappearing in the Dominican Republic while on spring break. Hi, I'm Velasquez.
And I'm Vincent Demonte. Law enforcement are searching by land, air, and sea for 20-year-old Sodishka Konaki and bring her home safe. This video shows Konaki's last known whereabouts at her Punta Cana resort. The man in the video has been identified as a person of interest. Konaki is a dual citizen of the United States and India. Police from the Dominican Republic, India, and the United States are involved in the search for the Pittsburgh student.
We don't know. Nobody has found her. We don't know where she is. They've done an exhaustive search, as you can tell, with helicopters, boats, drones, you name it. They have everything out there. So we're hoping that and praying that we have a very positive outcome. It means a lot to us because she's a Loudoun County resident, and we want to make sure that we don't leave any stone unturned.
The incident has been a wake-up call for many students in the Pittsburgh community.
I honestly didn't know how to process it because I didn't know her personally, but I just imagined that like being my own friend.
It's definitely really concerning. It's definitely something that everyone should be really processing because it can happen to anyone.
Today, the International Criminal Police Organization, or Interpol, issued an international alert in the search for Konaki.
And with spring break underway, thousands of U.S. college students, including USC students, will be leaving the country. Here are some tips to make sure the journey is a safe one.
Tips. First of all, don't go alone. Go with a group of trusted friends, people that can watch out for each other. Notify friends and relatives here where you're going to be. Set a timeline for when you're going to arrive, when you're going to depart. Keep your friends and relatives back here updated on how you're doing. And most importantly, I think, make smart choices. Wherever you are, trust your instincts. If it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't.
Right. The USC pharmacist has some tips for staying healthy, including some things students might not be thinking about.
To stay really hydrated, for one. Usually when they're drinking, not only does it dehydrate you, but also it lowers your inhibition, right? So then you can do reckless or crazier things. I always also recommend getting traveler's insurance, right? Getting like medical evacuation insurance, because the last thing you want, and nobody thinks about it, but if they get hurt, you don't want to be stuck in another country. Like you want to be able to be shipped back home. So that's another big thing I recommend.
For more on staying healthy and safe while traveling, let's go live to reporter Klarissa Cuenca at LAX. Klarissa?
Thank you, Vincent. The spring break travel season is kicking off here at LAX. This will be a busy season with 5% more travelers expected this year than last, according to the TSA. 5 years ago to this day, we witnessed the COVID-19 pandemic shut down the world. And still, to this day, health officials are urging the public to take precautions to stay healthy and safe. Measles outbreaks have been reported in Texas, New Mexico, and New Jersey. According to the CDC, an outbreak is defined as 3 or more related cases. A few cases have also been reported in 10 other states.
We know everything can ruin your spring break, even if it only gets you a little bit sick. So it is well worth it to just be vigilant, to mask up, to wash hands, to stay home if you're sick. It is really important to emphasize the importance of vaccination. You may be safe and protected from measles, but you also have to remember what this felt like to ensure you're vaccinating to keep yourself safe and protected from the next infectious disease for which you need a vaccine.
For many students, taking an Uber or Lyft to LAX can be quite costly. 3 years ago, USG created a program which buses students to LAX. Here's the program's founder talking about why students should take the shuttle.
Rideshare is really expensive for students. It can be for some honestly unaffordable, and it can be hard to sort of coordinate with other students whether they can hop onto your Ubers or not. And we think this service is important because not only does it subsidize costs for students and really give them an affordable way to get back to campus from the traveling seasons, but it also is like a sustainable alternative. It's sort of more convenient for the students as well, so they don't have to worry about getting to the rideshare pickup spot at LEX, and especially for people who are less familiar with LEX.
For those traveling this weekend, remember to stay safe and take health precautions, from social distancing to masking. If the free LAX shuttle doesn't fit your schedule, USC offers other cost-effective ways to get to and from LAX. Live for Annenberg Media, I'm Klarissa, Cuenca. Safe travels, Trojans.
Once we got to Miami Beach, things went downhill fast.
Is this for us?
How you guys doing? What's going on?
You're drinking in public. That's not allowed. This speaker, that's not allowed.
Rule after rule after rule.
Well, I think it is that time of year for the annual City of Miami YouTube video drop about spring break. And boy, did that look like a reality TV show.
I mean, it had me convinced. I literally thought that was a reality TV show, an excerpt from some sort of, Saved by the Bell type show. But that's crazy. Wow.
No, I know. And hey, so you're the recent local there. So tell me, does Party Town USA really hold that title, or how's it looking over there this time of year?
I think the only thing missing from there are the arepas and the coladitas that you'd be drinking over there. But I think it's pretty accurate. I mean, the ATVs, the jet skis. We have a reality TV show ad before GTA 6. How about that?
Oh man, I mean, who'd have guessed? But we definitely have a few clips of some students talking about their prospective trips to Miami this spring break.
I've never been to Miami before. I know a lot of different schools go to Miami for spring break. College kids on spring break take things out of proportion and, do bad things. But I mean, I'm not going to be doing that, and neither are my friends. Like, we're definitely going to have fun, but we know how to be respectful and, how to follow the laws just as we would in any other place.
Now, spring break means big business, but it also brings big challenges. With Miami cracking down on crowds, more students are heading to Fort Lauderdale. We spoke to 2 Miami locals about their experiences.
It's pros and cons, because pro, you're getting a lot more business, but the con is that there can be a lot of customers that come in that are dangerous. They've been drinking a lot, so they're not thinking correctly, and they can cause a lot of harm and just noise in your restaurant, which tends to lead to calling the police.
Now Miami has more restrictions due to spring break. They're charging more for parking, or there's no parking at all. So they're making it very difficult for students to come. But now with Fort Lauderdale, everyone's going there, and it's just an overflow of people. There's not that much space at the beach. So it is kind of inconvenient for us that are used to just going to the beach all the time.
And despite Miami's tougher spring break restrictions, the crowds aren't slowing down. Hotel occupancy is at more than 2% over last year, but so are the problems. Police have already made 37 arrests as they try to control the crowds.
Booking your trip down to Cabo or Cancun can get pricey when you factor in flights, hotels, and drinks. See It Live's Payton May shows us how travel companies offer packages to handle all of your trip logistics.
Spring break is right around the corner, and USC students are anxious to get away.
We're going to San Diego.
I'm lucky enough to be going to Ireland for St. Patrick's Day weekend, yeah.
I'm going to be visiting my friends at UCSB and SDSU.
I'm going to Hawaii.
But some Trojans are dreaming of warmer weather.
I traveled to Cabo with Live-In my sophomore year, and I'm doing it again this year.
Cabo San Lucas, Cancun, and Miami Beach are some of the most popular spring break destinations for college students. Travel companies like Live-In aim to make planning those trips a breeze. Throughout the month of March, college students can book all-inclusive trips in Cabo and Rosarita Beach. Their booking includes a 4-night hotel stay, day and night parties, exclusive concerts, on-site staff, and more. Live-In's VP of Sales says this is what sets them apart.
And we really own the destination, meaning we're not just sending students and saying, hey, have a great time, go figure it out. It's everything from start to finish. It's that white glove service.
Majum estimates that of the 9,000 students who book with them, 500 of those come from USC.
USC students grew up coming here with their families because they're from Southern California or what have you. So they're just accustomed to coming to this destination.
Part of that is due to their college ambassador program. If enough people sign up with the student's code, that $1,000 price tag disappears.
The thing that appealed to me about it was that going with them, I got a free trip, which was really nice.
For everyone else, the cost and its perks were worth it.
It was really easy to just like pay it all and then have everything organized for you. I think really helped ease some stress and kind of made us feel safer as a group of girls traveling.
To not like having to just pay like one amount up front and having everything else kind of taken care of feels like an actual holiday.
Livin's expecting to welcome hundreds of USC students to Cabo San Lucas this Sunday for its 12th annual trip. For Annenberg Media, I'm Payton May.
Well, we are joined now with Payton here on the couch. Thank you for joining us, Payton.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So just kind of to dive right into it, what makes these spring break trip packages so appealing to so many different college students, especially here at SC?
Yeah, I think it takes a lot of the prep work out of it. I think travel can be super overwhelming and difficult to plan, especially if it's a location that you've never been to before. Speaking from personal experience, I did not travel a lot before coming to school. And so I was so glad that there was an option where they took care of all the work for you, all of the hassle. Then you could just go and really have fun. Just like Neil said, it feels like a real vacation when you don't have to do any of the planning.
Yeah, I mean, if only I knew about these types of services that are there, because usually I'd always rely on my parents to plan these trips and things like that, or last minute planning here to go to a trip here, but these sites sound like a really great thing. So what are kind of student sentiment? Where does it look like they're heading this spring break?
I think Cabo is always a popular destination just because we are so close to Mexico. But at least on social media, I feel like Florida's been another really popular one. Fort Lauderdale, Key West, Miami Beach. I've also talked to a lot of people who are just staying in California. There's so much to see here. This is such a big state. So, whether it's San Diego, Santa Barbara, I feel like you can escape and feel like you have a real vacation even without leaving the state.
Yeah, and I definitely have to ask you this question since we're about to head on over to spring break. What are your plans for spring break this upcoming week?
I hate to say it, Vincent. I am going to Cabo myself. I can't say I am staying with Livin, though. That is my one thing. I'm staying with a group of girls. We rented an Airbnb, but I'm excited to go. Hopefully the weather will be a little bit nicer than the rain that we've had here recently, or at least that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, definitely hoping for some more sun, but thank you so much for being on the set here with us.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Right. Now, college students heading into spring break spend a lot of money on travel, food, and drinks, but how much does that actually help the local economy? The average college student spends around $620 on their spring break. That's according to the financial services company LendingTree. A Latin American studies professor tells us that spending might not help the local economy.
Yeah, they're not supporting the Mexican economy. I mean, maybe something trickles down, but who knows? The Hyatt they're staying at the Westin is U.S. owned, or maybe they're staying at a European chain, but that money is not trickling down for the most part, unless you're staying really local and intentionally spending local.
So Vincent, I don't know where you're going, but typically, what does your bracket look like? What do you spend your money on?
Okay, so I'm heading down to the OC, my hometown, this break. But I got to say my big three are for food. I look forward to getting my PK Burger breakfast burrito the second I get back. So there's that. Gas money, because I know I'll be heading down to the beach. And I'm going to keep this one a little vague, but probably got to say drinks.
Awesome.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, I have the blessing of going to Puerto Rico this school year, so I'm really excited for that. If I had to pick my top three, number one would probably be food. I'm going to be eating some mofongo and dancing salsa out there, so watch out for me. Number two, probably tourist souvenirs, stuff to bring back home to commemorate that I actually left. And lastly, on the drinks theme, I'd say coconut water. For all you guys trying to go to hot places, coconut water is a cheat code. So yeah. OC might be hot this school year, so.
Oh, well, I'll definitely have to crack open some coconut water. But although we're stuck in the studio, our fellow Annenberg Trojans will join us to share their study abroad experiences.
We'll learn about the life of the party and how to stay safe.
And we'll see how students are prioritizing mental health over spring break. Stay tuned. While some students on campus will be heading to Cabo, Miami, or Cancun, others have already been traveling with their study abroad programs. Let's check in on a few of their experiences thus far.
USC students are heading across the pond this spring break to visit some of their friends who are studying abroad around the world. Andy Morelli here is a junior in the USC Annenberg School studying here in London at the Accent Center. Andy, besides the rainy weather we're having today, can you tell me a little bit about how you like London?
Yeah, I love London so much. It's been so great to get to explore a new city. It's so easy to get around, and I'm a big soccer fan, so seeing the football culture here has been incredible.
That's amazing. And can you tell me a little bit about just the study abroad experience in general?
Yeah, I mean, this is a great home base for me. It's perfect for, my lifestyle, but also a lot of my friends are studying all over Europe, and so taking the weekends to go visit them has been easily my favorite part.
Like Andy said, there are Trojans all across the map, so let's check in with a few of them.
My favorite part of being abroad is absolutely my home city. I love the people, the food, there's always something going on. Right now I'm in front of the original Olympic Stadium. And yeah, most importantly, I love all the friends I've made along the way. Yes!
Behind me, this is the Campo dei Fiori market, a pretty famous market and piazza in Rome. But my favorite part is not just discovering all Italy has to offer, but actually discovering the entire world, going everywhere from Morocco to Vienna, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, trying food, seeing sights, learning history, and talking to people and learning about different cultures.
As someone who's pre-med, studying abroad has honestly just been the best experience to really immerse myself in a new culture and take new Spanish classes. I have to say my favorite part of studying abroad, aside from falling in love with this new city, is traveling with my friends to a new country every weekend and just exploring the world in a way I thought I'd never get to.
Whether you're traveling the world this upcoming week or just staying in Los Angeles, we hope you have a safe, relaxing, and
Now, during spring break, students may find themselves hundreds or even thousands of miles away. While partying drugs may be present, the organization Team Awareness Combating Overdose, or TACO for short, stresses safety.
The biggest safety concern is using drugs without precautionary measures. So what I mean is essentially testing your drugs to make sure that they're not laced with fentanyl. Have fun, but remember that your actions have consequences, so please test your drugs and make sure that you are safe during all of your parties.
Now, when partying, students should remember to have fentanyl test strips and Narcan ready if needed. Seek medical attention if you feel sick, and drink responsibly and stay hydrated. Keep friends close by also helps.
Well, many Trojans won't be skipping town for spring break because they'll be taking a staycation here at USC.
I want to see my family. I have some cousins that go to school down in San Diego, so I was maybe going to see them.
I don't want to spend too much money for traveling, so I'm decided to just stay in LA and explore some downtown coffee places, and maybe I will go to the beaches taking the metro line.
Hopefully I could do some sort of spontaneous camping trip with my friends. Maybe do a little cafe hopping type stuff, or just hanging around my local area. That's what I love to do the most.
Those who are staying in town can expect mixed weather conditions. It'll be raining tomorrow and Monday with temperatures in the mid to high 60s.
Now, midterm after midterm, the week before spring break can often be pretty hectic and stressful. Here's how you can de-stress.
Making sure whether you're traveling with friends, if you're going home, just making sure you're doing things to care for yourself. Getting good sleep, exercising, rejuvenating, recharging before you come back for the long stretch to the end of the year.
We also talked with students about their stress levels and plans for their spring break.
I'm pretty stressed, maybe 110% stressed. I think I might hire someone to clean my apartment. Just playing with my cats and chilling.
I'm on a mission trip with my church. We're going to Seattle and Vancouver, so I'm definitely going to be able to get outside of the city of LA and explore a new country and a new city. So I'm going to take the time to de-stress for a good 6 days, and then after that, back to the grind. But I'll take a break for now.
I mean, this morning we chugged 4 monsters each because we were staying up all night studying. Yeah. So it's been tough. I'm going to be going to Malaysia and boxing a tiger. I'm very excited for that.
Wow, drinking 3 monsters and boxing tigers. That's a wild way to kick off spring break. Well, thank you so much for watching See It Live. From Annenberg Media, I am Gianmarco Velasquez.
And I'm Vincent Demonte. For more coverage, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time. Good night and have a safe spring break.